Hello everyone, it's Sean with Powers. We are on our third video of our 3-video mini-series. Our first video was about how do you power your productivity in setup. Our second video was how do you power your productivity at startup. And now today we're going to be talking about how do you power your productivity at shutdown. When we talk about shutdown, it's very essential to the startup of our facility because it gives us the opportunity to set ourselves up for success for the following day. So, as we talk about shutdown, I want you to really remember in our first video when we started talking about the methods around setup. It's going to be very similar when we're talking about our shutdown. So, the first thing that we need to do is we need to create what our shutdown activity list looks like, okay? So that will mean who needs to do what at shutdown, who needs to stage our areas, who needs to ensure that equipment is ready to go, that we've had maintenance involved, that we've had our testing done, that we're ensuring that when we walk in the next day that we're going to be able to set up our lines the way that we need to and follow our setup activity list, okay? So, as we build our shutdown activity list, let's always make sure that we follow 3 of the 5 M's, which is making sure that we have the right manpower. So let's engage our staff, make sure that everybody's going to be returning to work the next day, that we're not going to have any absenteeism. Making sure that we have the right materials, so the inputs or the raw materials that we're going to need to produce our product, and the right working machinery. So if there's any preventative maintenance or corrective maintenance issues that need to be addressed, we need to take care of them as we shut down our activities. Okay. Now, as well as our shutdown, as we follow the setup activity, is how do we create our measurement? It's very similar. So what are all the activities that need to take place? What are the start times and the finish times? I always think about our food and beverage clients where we talk about the sanitation aspect of it, where it's very much built on a railroad schedule. I have to clean a piece of equipment. It starts at midnight. It has to be done at 12:15. We have to check that we're completely sanitized. Then we move on to the next piece of equipment. This is no different than all the other activities that need to take place, whether you do or don't have a sanitation piece. Also, if you have multiple shifts, so if you're a sole shift, your responsibility is to make sure that you've set yourself up for success the next day. If you have other shifts, maybe a second shift that follows behind you, or a third sanitation shift, or just a third shift, how are you going to start to bring those people part of your action plan and startup team to ensure that we're meeting all the activities that need to take place so we let every shift be successful from the previous shift? So they're going to become part of your action plan group and help you start to remove the variances that you identify that prevent you from starting up your shift on time every single day. So remember, startup is everyone's responsibility, so go out there and power your productivity.